The Lakeside View starts right now with your hosts, Anthony Russo,
Stephanie Calise, Giselle Martinez,
and Chris Pilato. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the Lakeside View.
Hello and welcome to the second season of the Lakeside View alongside my co-hosts Chris Pilato and Giselle Martinez. Unfortunately, our other co-host Stephanie could not be here tonight with us, but in her place we have the wonderful Carmen Mendoza. We are so excited to be back to discuss all of the latest and greatest headlines in the news. We'll start with the story 2 days ago. The whistleblowing organization known as WikiLeaks released over 8,000 documents that they claim were obtained from the CIA. These documents allege that the CIA is able to access your electronic devices, turning them into listening devices. These documents also allege that they can mask themselves as Russian hackers. What do we all make of the leaked documents?
Well, for one, I want to say that to me, none of this information is really new. We had a saying, Big Brother's always watching you. That's been around for years. All the conspiracy theorists always say that. And now it's kind of just confirming it, but we all kind of knew that, the CIA can hack into people's phones and can listen. And to me, that's kind of the part of their job. That's why they're supposed to be there to detect threats using computers. So I think that, to me, none of these documents really said anything substantial to me to be like, oh my God, they are doing something bad here. I feel like that's their job, and they're supposed to be doing that to protect us in a way. It may be an invasion of privacy, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have national security than full privacy.
I don't know. Personally, I think, okay, yes, great, protect us. But so much has happened that I feel like, what exactly are you hacking into? What are you looking at? Are you really worried about our safety, or are you looking at other girls' nudes, other guys' nudes? Like, what are you looking at? I feel like maybe they need to focus more on, threats, actual threats, and not just hacking at any random person's computer or...
I agree, disagree, but I agree more with Chris. Obviously, this is, not, headline news. We knew about this. And, you mentioned it before, there's been so many... conspiracy theories about this, they're hacking into our phones and our computers, and so we just kind of knew, it just was brought to light. And I just feel like now, I feel like they may be just getting more into actually figuring out the real details and the real threat. So maybe it's just it's a better, and it's good for us, for our government. So I don't see it as a bad thing. And if you're really hiding something bad, then you should I should be looking out for you.
100%.
Oh, you're hiding something. Why are you so freaked out, being scared that people are watching you? So you're the one that I should be looking at, not the government.
I mean, I don't want to sound sus, but
so you're the one I need to watch out.
No, but just I think, and Chris said it, I think it boils down to privacy versus national security.
Yeah.
I personally tend to fall on the privacy side more often than not, because I just feel that we should all be allowed to have our own private, our pictures and our our whatever we go on the internet to look at, as long as it's nothing illegal or anything terrible. I feel like we should have our own privacy, and we shouldn't have the government be able to interfere, and be able to just look at whatever they want just because they can. That to me is just very dangerous.
Yeah. I think it's also scary because I feel like other people that are not just in the government can hack into it as well.
Yeah.
So that's scary. I don't want someone else to be looking at my things. Even if it's just family pictures, it's nothing, if it isn't anything crazy or scandalous, I don't want you to know who my family members are and who my close friends are.
It comes down to safety
scares me.
then,
That scares me. So
For sure.
I enjoy my privacy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we'll move on now. The Republican Congress revealed their Obamacare replacement earlier this week, and it has seen backlash from both sides of the aisle. Democrats have criticized the new plan as a risk for millions who are already insured under the Affordable Care Act. Members of the Freedom Caucus have also criticized the plan as not addressing the problems that Obamacare originally created. What did you guys make of the GOP's replacement plan?
Well, for me, I do like how there are a lot of provisions that that kept from Obamacare. That if you had something before, like cancer, they can't deny you. I do agree with that. It's a lot of provisions that help people. Like you can be 26 on your mother's or father's insurance. So I agree with those. But there's also some things that are very concerning with Trump care, and I feel that both sides, like you said, are very like caution. Like I don't think that should happen with our insurance and universal health care, because you can't, the Democrats are very scared that over 10 million people are going to be uninsured now. So with that fear, it kind of brings people to a mindset like, should we trust this new Trump care or should we keep Obamacare? And also, I would like to know, like, are you completely erasing Obamacare? Because that can also put more people out, without insurance. So it's kind of like, I want to know if you're going to completely erase it, or is this going to be mixed in with Obamacare?
And one of the things, too, that I think bothers me the most is how it affects Planned Parenthood. And keep in mind, Planned Parenthood is something that you didn't even have to have insurance. So it helped people who don't have insurance. So the fact that they want to like kind of like take away that and repeal that, like that's big. Like that's a drastic thing. Like Planned Parenthood not only helps women, it helps men too. Like, with HIV and tests and like STD tests, like it helps everyone. They do pap smears, they do breast exams. So that's big. Like that's important. That's for people who don't have health insurance. And now that they want to repeal that, like that's a big deal. Like, and it's not all about like Planned Parenthood has like this preconceived notion that it's all about abortion. It's not. Only 3% of Planned Parenthood health services are abortion services. So that's big. Like that says a lot. Like it's not just about abortion when it comes to Planned Parenthood. And I feel like people have like this big like notion, like you said, on like, oh, it's just Planned Parenthood is just about abortion. It's not. Like
it's a lot more.
It's a lot more than that. So that's big for me, I think.
Yeah, I feel like we would be getting rid of a tool that a lot of people, and even, I guess it hits home, people who are immigrants and that they don't have papers and they can't get insurance. So I feel like this is a safe way for them to go somewhere and get, in a way, like, STD like exams and a whole bunch of other things preventing pregnancies and unwanted pregnancies. So I feel like, I don't know, we would be getting rid of something that benefits everyone.
Yeah,
everyone. So
absolutely.
I mean, I think it's really tough. It's a fine line, because you do have the undocumented person that needs these tests and this type of, treatment that if they needed it. But you also have these people with the premiums that are going up 35, 45, 55%. So it's really tough, and this is why none of us are in Congress, because it's just so tough to balance the needs of one person and then the needs of a completely different person.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
You can't please everyone. That's the one thing you cannot please every single person in the country.
And I think that's why, too, you have seen a lot of the Obamacare provisions, as you touched on, still in the GOP replacement plan. Okay, well, coming up next, we will be talking about the controversy surrounding Ciara's new photo shoot and the Grammy Award winner that's making a difference in his community. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off. Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
McKinnon overrated, insane, slow.
Terrible.
Absolutely.
Hang on, what are you two benders talking about over there? Do you even know what you're talking about?
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about, you hoser. What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Welcome back to the Lakeside
Oswego
View.
is very easy.
Singer Ciara and quarterback husband Russell Wilson have come under fire after Ciara posted a controversial photo on Instagram. The singer appeared naked and pregnant in a photo shoot for Harper's Bazaar this week, which also featured her son, Future Jr. Some have criticized the photo as distasteful, while others feel it's artistic. What were your guys' reaction to the picture?
To me, I feel, it may be inappropriate to some, but like to me that it's just her taking a picture with her family. It is a little odd, the placement of Russell. It's a little odd, but other than that, it's just a nice, I guess, a family photo that they wanted to take, and let them be them. If they want to take a photo like that, I'm 100% for it. It may be a little weird to us, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. So.
I've seen weirder things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a maternity shoot. Like,
Yeah.
let her rock. She looks great, and she looks even better pregnant, I feel like. And she's just, it's a family picture. Like, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I feel like he looks a little bit uncomfortable, but, like, that's, you gotta do it for the picture.
But yeah, to each his own. Like, let them rock. Like, it's, like, if it wasn't anyone famous, you wouldn't have cared. So just let it be. Like, why? Like, people get so wrapped up, like, with celebrities and, like, their pictures. Like, even, like, when Beyonce, like, put up a picture, there was, like, a big, like, let them be. Like, they don't know about you. They're not gonna care, like, what you think. So just, like, it's, I don't know. It's annoying. I get annoyed about things like that. Like, just let them be.
I agree. Like, I don't care. It does not affect me at all what she's doing, what pictures they're taking, what magazine, whatever. It is weird. Like, I don't think there's any dispute. Like, it's like I don't have a problem with it, but like, why is Russell? What is like
his
feeling?
placement is very odd. It's a very odd placement.
Baby, you're gonna tell me you haven't seen weirder things?
No, I haven't.
That's not what I said.
You know what I think
That's
it
not
is?
what I said.
It's the angle. It's
Yeah,
the angle,
think it's
because
the
if it
angle.
was
So weird.
taking a little bit more, like if you tilted a little bit to like the left and you don't see his like body, just his hands, I see the artistic reason behind it, but that's just like, it looks uncomfortable, he looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have photoshopped
I
his
don't know.
like shoulder out.
Maybe he was having a bad hair day. Didn't want his hair to be shown. I don't know.
I agree. I couldn't totally relate. So yeah.
But there also have been
There's
people
always
who,
a reasoning to things.
there's also been like people who disagree with that. Her son is naked, so that's also like another big issue. Which to me, that's ridiculous because
It's
it's
natural.
a little kid. Like
She has, I'm sure she's changed him since forever. It's not like she's seeing
Yeah.
anything new. It's not like his things are like, it's her son. Like, I don't see anything
And
wrong
we all
about
have
it.
naked pictures of when we were babies,
Yeah.
like running around, taking
Girl.
off our diapers, like something crazy.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think it's that serious. Like,
No,
it's not like she's exposing him like to
Mhm.
the extent where like you can see things that you shouldn't be seeing.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. If she was doing like a Simba thing, it was just out. Like I could see the problem.
Yeah,
Then I could, all right, maybe I'd have a
absolutely.
problem with that. But no, this is, again, this is her family. She wanted to do this photo shoot, to celebrate her maternity. She's pregnant.
I agree with you. Like it's just because she's a celebrity. Because both of them are really big celebrities. I do feel that more people are going to be taking an overreaction because of that. But if it's like someone like any one of us did it, it wouldn't matter.
no
one
one's
would
gonna care,
Yeah,
like,
no one would really care. It's just because they're famous. So it's, I guess, a news headline for some people. They got no news for the day, I guess.
Yeah. Well, enough about that photo. Chance the Rapper has donated $1 million to Chicago's public school system, stoking a long-running debate about the city's education system and how it's funded. Chance the Rapper met on Friday with Bruce Rauner, Illinois' Republican governor, to discuss the city's schools. Excuse me. After Chance said he found the governor's responses to his questions, quote, vague, he urged news outlets to explore how Chicago's school system arrived at its current state. Chance urged others to join fundraising efforts through Social Works, an organization he helped create aimed at youth empowerment. For every $100,000 raised, the organization will award an additional $10,000 to a specific school. So what did we all make of the generous donation?
I thought this was awesome. Like, you know, this good for him. I think it's really cool to see celebrities, like really big celebrities, go out and do this for these communities that really need it. Like, you know, the Chicago funding has been very low. So for him to go out of his way to spend $1 million for them, that's really cool for him to do that. Like, he doesn't have to do, no one has to do that. So for you to give your money away willingly like that, it's awesome. I you know, hats off to him. And I also love his music, so like, it just makes it's really more inspiring.
Awesome. Yeah, and I think it's great because he's also like not a sellout, which is awesome. So this just adds more to him, and I just love him even more. And I think it's great because he's also putting out there the fact that like education shouldn't just be about math and science. It should also like incorporate art. And like I feel like that's what he also donated because like he is an artist, and it's something that we sometimes take for granted, even because now we're in college, so we get to choose the classes we want to take. But so many high schools go through the whole like what's the word? The cuts, the budget cuts, and the first thing to go are sports and art. And like our brain functions half and half, and I feel like we don't, like a lot of people don't see that.
Yeah, that's it. I think I really commend him for that because I'm really big on that, like art. I think art is extremely important, especially young kids, and especially in today's society. I feel like sometimes art helps like your brain just like be able to just like be creative and like you know,
express yourself.
Yeah,
your
like
feelings and your
so the fact that
emotions.
he did that, I think that's extreme. Like I said, I commend him. Like he's a genuine great person and a great artist. I think he produces and makes great music as well. So like that, just like he just has, I don't know, he's awesome. I love him for that. I really do.
So,
oh God,
this may shock you. No. This may shock you. I am not huge into rap music.
Oh yeah, well.
Okay, no.
This may
I
stun
am
you.
shocked.
You're shocked, I know.
What?
But that's not like I know some rap. I'm more like old school rap if I have
Yeah,
to. Like,
no,
but
I
anyway,
agree.
Everyone
I
is.
agree.
my point
I don't think
is-
anyone likes this new one, but
Fair
Yeah.
enough. My point is, I had heard of Chance the Rapper prior to the Grammys. I wasn't familiar like with songs of his, and I'm really still not. But I saw him at the Grammys when he won. I think it was for best new artist? I think it was for best new artist he won.
I think he was
Yeah.
nominated for a lot. So.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
But he won the Grammy, and he went up and he thanked God, and he seemed like a nice person. So I looked into him. I Googled him and I looked into him a bit, and he seemed like a very nice guy. And then he had his performance later on in the show, and I thought it was really good. He was really talented. And then I saw this story, and I think, and you touched on it. He just seems like a very authentic, very real person. And we see a lot of celebrities, be socially active, for different programs and different groups and different, whatever it is. But to see someone, go out of their way to try to make a difference. He didn't have to meet with the governor.
Yeah.
He didn't have to donate $1 million. He didn't have to do all these things. And we saw too, I saw it, I don't know if you saw it, Michelle Obama, who was
Tweeted,
from Chicago, tweeted at him,
Yeah.
commending him for his outreach to help the Chicago school system. We do need to see, the arts. I feel like we should see the arts more
Absolutely.
Of course.
supported in communities.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, coming up next, we will be talking about Nike's outreach. No, we're going to talk about it right now. I'm kidding. We're going to be talking about the hijab story. No, we're not talking about it now. We're talking about it later. We're going to break. Nike hijabs
We'll see you guys.
coming up, and a brave little girl all next.
Oswego is a very easy place to love.
It's a place where everybody can really follow exactly what they want to do.
There's the flexibility where you can try new things.
It's really easy to get involved here.
Everyone here is really friendly.
A lot of fun. There's always something to do.
Oswego has come to be my home.
Love it. Love it. Definitely love Oswego.
All right, guys, sell me this pen.
This pen is dependable. Buy from me because it's the right thing to do.
The real question is, what's the point of only buying one?
Yeah, I don't know any more pen puns.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll sell it back to you for $10.
So for entertainment today, I'm going to talk about Black Friday, Dancing with the Stars, and Star Trek. All right, everyone's buzzing about the cast announcement that CBS just made for Star Trek Discovery. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know how Chelsea does it. Guys, let's get some ideas for this week's episode. Bonnie, did you have a guest idea? And Jess, did you have an idea for the music segment?
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Want to watch a movie? Go to WTOP10.com and select Movies on Demand. You can find some of your old favorites and some new ones too. And it's free on campus. Watch and enjoy.
Okay, welcome back to the Lakeside View. Now, Nike, in an effort to accommodate a changing demographic, has turned to the Middle East, where female athletes have begun to come into their own over the last few years. And like any viable business, it knows the world is full of potential customers. So in its latest market expansion, Nike has released new athletic hijabs that provide comfort and support for Muslim women all over the world. What did you guys make of Nike's outreach?
I think this is awesome. Personally, I think that looks really cool. It looks like, I feel like people will be really interested in wearing it. It looks awesome. And I think it's cool that Nike is probably one of the first sports companies to actually release athletic wear for Muslim women. So I think it's awesome. I think that's great that they can finally do this and people are accepting of it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's great because the hijab does, like, in a way, it would hold them back because it's something that, you know, like, that as they're doing whatever sports they're on, like, that they're doing. It holds them back and it gets hot. So this definitely like helps them out. I think it's just empowering women even more, especially Muslim women. And I think it's great. I'm all for it. I'm actually really, when I saw it, I was really excited. I actually saw it first on Twitter. And I went into it, and there was actually really negative and ignorant comments, like, oh, why are you supporting that? Like, that's suppressing women. But in reality, like, it's actually empowering women because now they can go and they can be part of the Olympics. They can go out for a jog, you know, and like not have to worry about sweating to the point where they're like suffocating, you know. So I think it's great.
I think it mentioned in the article that we read that the fact that Nike reached out and like they're doing this for the women, like they're able to go out and like now be able to compete in things that they weren't able to compete because they didn't have the right gear to wear. And it says Nike Pro hijab was designed as a direct result of our athletes telling us they needed this product to perform better. So like how amazing is that? Like for them to like they want their athletes to be better, and they're not judging or they're not like being prejudiced. They want to help their athletes regardless of their race, culture, or religion. And I applaud them for that. I really do.
And I just want to add quickly, once again, I'm going to shock you. I've never worn a hijab before, but I imagine it's very inconvenient for athletes. So to see Nike do this, I think, is definitely a very good step. Our next topic, a Walking Dead t-shirt featuring Season 7's fan favorite villain Negan has been pulled from stores in the UK following complaints of racism. The shirt in question featured an image of Negan's beloved baseball bat, Lucille, alongside the words, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo." a callback to the scene in season 6's finale where Negan tries to decide which member of Rick's group to kill. Though the modern version of this children's nursery rhyme continues with the phrase, "catch a tiger by his toe," older versions contained the N-word instead of the word tiger. The historical overtones led a shopper in Sheffield, UK, to complain after he saw the shirt in a branch of the British retailer Primark. Do you believe the shirt is racist?
No.
No.
I knew he was
No.
gonna jump out of
I was
that.
waiting for it.
I'm not surprised at all.
This has been a saying, and it's a nursery rhyme for hundreds of years.
Mhm.
So the fact that now it's a big problem that people have been saying it. I've said it when I was a kid. I still say it now if I'm choosing between what I want to, if I want to choose this outfit or that outfit. Like I say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So
Yeah.
I don't understand how an iconic saying like that from the comic books is now being called racist. It's like to the point of people getting too offended.
Yeah.
I feel like, unfortunately, we live in a time where everyone gets offended very easily.
Yeah.
Any little thing could be very offensive.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to worry about the bigger picture. Like, this is
Yeah.
something that's not being targeted as a racial thing. Like,
Mhm.
don't make it into a racial thing.
No, I
There
Yeah.
are so many other things going on. Let's start focusing on that instead on this
It's
T-shirt.
just- yeah.
It's a T-shirt.
Mhm.
You don't have to buy it if you're against it. Like,
Right. Okay. Well, very quickly, we want to touch on a very, very special little girl. Olivia Letich had been to, I hope I'm saying that right, had been to a Calgary Flames game before, but she watched one for the very first time on Sunday. The 11-year-old is legally blind, but thanks to eSight, she was able to take in the sounds and sights of her favorite hockey team. Olivia became legally blind in her right eye at age 2 due to a rare form of eye cancer that mainly affects children. Olivia sat on the Flames bench during the pregame warm-up, and after the game, she got to meet her 3 favorite players. Is this not an amazing story?
That's amazing.
I thought it was so cute. Like, just seeing her there, she was so happy. I thought that was just, like, amazing for them to do that. I think it was great for the company, and I thought it was awesome for the team to let her, do that.
Yeah,
It was
that's awesome. And I hope they can expand and like help more children with like
who are blind
like
or have
more
other
or like
disabilities.
other disabilities. Yeah, like
sure.
so.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I hope they continue to do this. And kudos to the team for like
Doing
letting
that
them
too.
do that. That's
It was
amazing. Like
awesome.
I can't imagine like just seeing a little girl just like so happy like to finally see like her favorite team play. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to them.
No, that was really great. Great way to end this show. Thank you, Carmen, for filling in.
Always, whenever you guys need me,
Great show,
call me.
everybody. We want to thank you so much for tuning in to the spring premiere of The Lakeside View. Make sure you tune in next time in a few weeks, March 30th at 10 p.m. Stay tuned for Inside the Club coming up on WTOP 10. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Follow me on Twitter.
Follow all of us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Same time next week?
Well, of course.